Greg mentioned dogma, doctrine, and opinion in the first sermon. What is included in dogma?
What did you say?
Yeah, the core, the dogma is what's expressed in the Nicene Creed, Apostles' Creed, the early ecumenical creeds. And it includes God, the Trinity, incarnation, Jesus being fully God, fully human, creation, the world's creation is created from nothing, the fall of Adam and Eve, the basic salvation storyline, Jesus, I said the incarnation, but also his death and resurrection, ascension to the right hand of the Father, the sending of the Holy Spirit, the return of Jesus, and the final judgment. That is, I think, the summation of it. Is there anything else?
No, I mean, and this is a really important question because as Greg used the three categories on that first sermon of dogma, doctrine, opinion, we really feel those are really important as we talk about theology. If dogma is what Lewis called in his famous book, Mere Christianity. This is why Lewis's book is so widely popular among a wide range of Christians, because what Lewis tried to do in that book is not talk about the stuff that divides Christians. He tried to get clear on the stuff that unites Christians, the basics, the pillars of the faith. And that's why Roman Catholics and Protestants of all stripes can go, yeah, I like that book. Dogma, mere Christianity. But once you get there and you get clear on what those are, the pillars of the Christian faith, then it's natural to say, well, how does, for example, that pillar work? And that starts to get us theorizing or theologizing in ways that end up dividing us on things, what you'd call doctrinal level differences. Dogma, that's what holds biblical Christians together. Doctrine, that's how different groups or denominations or persons try to work the tough questions out of how this stuff works and end up disagreeing, but still are brothers and sisters. And then at the outer level, sort of opinion stuff that's just what kind of theological speculation. Stuff the Bible's not clear on at all, but they're interesting questions and we talk about them. And Greg and I, for example, we do a lot of theology together, and obviously the dogma, we're mere Christianity. A lot of our doctrines are the same, but we have opinions that he's just wrong on, a lot of them. And I still love him.
No.
So.
Boy, well, how magnanimous. So a good example would be a dogma is that the world's created. Okay, whereas certain philosophies and history and today would teach that the world's co-eternal with God, or would teach that there is no God. Christians have always affirmed that God created the world. He spoke the world into existence. But now, so that all Christians have in common. But now, if you ask how did he create? Well, some would say it was 6 literal days. Some would say, well, there's six periods. The days mean different epochs. Some would say, no, this is all kind of a literary device that's being used to express just the truth that God created. Some would say, well, no, there's a gap between verse 1 and verse 2 because there's a warfare that broke out. And so there's a number of different ways of articulating that. Some would say God created by means of evolution. Others would say no. That's all in the realm of doctrine and opinion. But that God created, we all agree on.